The 2016 Mercedes-Benz GLE 450 AMG 4MATIC. For anyone who might have been confused that Mercedes-Benz decided to build a GLE 450 AMG Coupe but skipped over the regular GLE, here is the answer to your question. The third in the line of 450 badged AMG products, the GLE 450 AMG offers an alternative to those who want an AMG-ified GLE but aren't sold on the beast that is the 63 badged version of the GLE. This makes a good deal of business sense, as there is a fairly massive gap in prices between even more well-appointed trims of the mainstream GLE version and the lower 63 AMG trim. The new vehicle isn't quite as extreme as its 63 badged brother, both in terms of horsepower and looks. But it does fill a hole in the lineup in that way that German automakers love to do. And since it is so closely related to the GLE 450 AMG Coupe, there is a lot less mystery about how it drives than there would be if it were an entirely new model. It's not a sluggish car by any means, but it is less about speed than it is about having a more stylish vehicle than the standard GLE. Those who want speed have the GLE 63 AMG. Continue reading to learn more about the Mercedes-Benz GLE 450 AMG 4MATIC. Exterior. The exterior changes to the car are relatively subtle for an AMG, but the telltale sign that you're looking at something other than the standard is the usual dual twin-tipped exhaust pipes. There is a set of special 20-inch black wheels that come standard, and there is also an optional set of 21-inch wheels. The car's air suspension will automatically raise or lower, depending on a variety of conditions, such as speed and driving mode. Putting the car into Sport or Sport Plus, for example, will automatically lower the ride height by 15 mm. And for those who want to change it on their own, the suspension can be adjusted manually as well. The 450 badged version of the car isn't going to announce to the world that you have an AMG in quite the same way other AMGs will, but the aesthetic changes are the sort that most people who wish to spruce up the GLE would want to do anyway. Exterior dimensions. Interior. The interior of the GLE gets a going over as well, complete with a new steering wheel. This is a flat-bottom type of wheel, but it's not so aggressive that it'll be off-putting to anyone not used to them. There are new gauges too, with a sportier look to them. There is a lot of new trim, in brushed aluminum, carbon fiber and piano black lacquer. The only other new touch is the pedals, which are now brushed stainless steel with rubber studs. Things like the upholstery remain unchanged, but that was already quite good. Drivetrain. The GLE 450 AMG is powered by the same engine as the other 450 badged AMG products, a 3.0-liter twin-turbo V6. This makes 367 horsepower and will get the crossover up to 62 miles per hour in 5.7 seconds. Power is sent through a 9-speed automatic transmission and out to all four wheels. The all-wheel drive system is rear-biased, with a 40-60 front-to-rear torque split. The driver has a number of different driving modes to choose from, including Comfort, Slippery, Sport and Sport Plus, all of which are pretty self-explanatory. There is a fifth mode as well, called Individual, which can be used by the owner to save custom settings. Drivetrain specifications. Safety. Mercedes-Benz has been a pioneer in the field of semi-autonomous safety systems, and there is no shortage of them on the GLE. This includes adaptive braking, attention assist, collision prevention assist plus, crosswind assist and a curve dynamic assist for the all-wheel drive system. A further night package and driving assistance package plus are available as options. But even if after all of that you still manage to get into an accident, the GLE has a 5-star crash test rating from the NHTSA. Prices. Mercedes didn't release a price for the GLE 450 AMG, but since the coupe version of the crossover already has a price, we know that it will be in the neighborhood of $65,000. Since the coupe tends to go for a couple of thousand more than the regular GLE in the various forms that already exist, it's entirely possible that this one will start somewhere closer to $63,000, but that's just speculation. This pricing is much closer to the $52,000 starting price of the regular GLE than it is to the $101,000 starting price of the GLE-63 AMG, but then, the 450's performance is much closer to the regular GLE than it is to the 63. Competition. Porsche Cayenne S. The Cayenne comes in even more different performance levels than the GLE, but the nearest competitor to the 450 is the Cayenne S. It costs a little bit more than the Mercedes, but it's also faster, with a twin-turbo V6 that puts out 420 horsepower. The Porsche can also boast a better sorted chassis and some of the best handling of any crossover ever made. It's the vehicle that secured the future of Porsche, and it's easy to see why. Read more about the Porsche Cayenne S here. Land Rover Range Rover Sport. If looking stylish is the primary aim of vehicles in this niche, then the Range Rover Sport is the clear winner. The V6 here is supercharged instead of turbocharged, and it makes a bit less power, 340 horsepower, than the 450, but it also looks a whole lot better while doing it. It'll really make you wonder whether those extra 27 horses are worth it. Read more about the Land Rover Range Rover Sport here. Conclusion. The GLE 450 AMG and the new 450 badged car in general represent a push to expand the AMG brand by adding a mid-range line of products. There's nothing wrong with that, and quite a lot of such products exist already. But the problem that Mercedes might well face is that it's not entirely clear that this is a mid-range product. Audi differentiates mid-range performance products from the top-end machines by using the S badge for the former and the RS for the latter. Porsche has the turbo badge for the really high horsepower models, and even Land Rover now differentiates by using Sport and SVR. But up until very recently, AMG meant only one thing, and Mercedes is going to work very hard to convince people that the AMG name isn't simply being diluted by adding these not-so-insane performance machines. The GLE 450 AMG is a fine vehicle, but those with high expectations for the AMG brand might be disappointed. Love it. A relatively inexpensive way to get an AMG SUV. Aesthetic enhancements are subtle enough not to be divisive, not so fast as to make it impractical as a family vehicle. Leave it not quite what you might be expecting from an AMG, considerably less attractive than the competition, possibly a harbinger of a diluted AMG.
If you liked this video, please share your thoughts in the comments below and don't forget to hit the subscribe button.